Hello,
Hello,
can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Very good. How
Great.
are you?
I'm good, thank you. And how are you?
You're Maria.
Yeah.
I'm very well, thank you.
All right, so if you're ready, we can start uh,
Okay,
with our interview. So, hello, dear.
let me
Yeah.
get me hand nice. Hold on.
Yeah, the same struggle.
Yes, exactly. My struggle's bigger than yours. I can't. You see? There we go.
Yeah, great.
Thank you.
All right. Hello, dear viewers. Today, my guest is an incredible English actor and writer, Kevin McNally. Hello, Kevin.
Hello there, Maria.
More than a year and a half has passed since the beginning of Russia's aggression against Ukraine, and what do you think about this?
Well, I think it's a terrible situation, and I'm heartbroken every day as it goes on, and it is strange in my lifetime that people are still waging war upon each other. And I do hope Ukraine will, through the help of the West, overcome this terrible aggression from Russia.
Originally from Bristol, you started your career at age 16 at the Birmingham Repertory Theatre. In 1973, you received a scholarship to attend the Royal Academy of Dramatic Art, where in 1975 you won the Best Actor Bancroft Gold Medal. Could you tell how did it happen, please, and what role did mathematics play in this?
What role did mathematics play?
Yeah.
What do you mean by that?
I watched another interview where you mentioned that when you were at school, you didn't really like mathematics.
Oh, yes, I see. Well, yes, that story is about I was very bad at mathematics, and it's the one thing that stopped me becoming an astrophysicist, which is what I wanted to be originally. And I didn't pay attention in class, and one day the teacher, during a maths class, while I wasn't paying attention, wrote a line up on the wall, which was my sunbeams are dancing in the meadows below where daisies and tulips and daffodils grow. And then she wiped it off and asked if any of us could remember that line, and I could, and so I got the lead in the school play, and then I fell in love with performing, and that went through to secondary school, and then while I was still at school, I went to a youth theatre, and then I went to my local repertory theatre, as you say, and the rest, as they say, is a 50-year-old history.
But actually, for me, I'm also bad in mathematics, so I can totally understand. Yeah. Your first.
I do try to do a killer Sudoku every morning to try to make my maths better
Oh,
here later on in life. So we'll see how that works out, shall we?
yeah. Your first film in which you took part was The Spy Who Loved Me in the 1977, opposite Roger Moore, Barbara Bach, Kurt Jürgens. What did you feel and what kind of people were they behind the scenes?
Well, I was very, very excited, literally the year after I left drama school to be in a James Bond film. Um, I must tell you that Roger Moore, the little I had to do with him, was delightful. I maybe said a few words to Barbara Bach, and that was it. But what was funny was I wasn't, as a very small part, I wasn't invited to the premiere of that film, and I did go and see it with my parents. But then for years, when it was on television, I appeared not to be in the film. And it wasn't until maybe 2007 that I got a widescreen television and realized that I was always on the edge of the screen. And in the old days of pan and scan, my performance didn't survive in the middle. So there's a wonderful moment when Roger Moore throws me a gun and I catch it and I kill some men in orange in orange suits. But that's about the highlight of my role in that film.
In 1992, you played the role of Soviet Party leader Sergei Kirov in the film Stalin. And can you remember that experience about filming in Moscow and interaction with Soviet actors such as Oleg Tabakov and others, please?
Yes, I can, because I was actually cast in the film 2 years before, while it was still the Soviet Union. And then there was the coup and we couldn't go there. So we went just after the fall of the Soviet Union. And I remember an extraordinary day being at the Kremlin and being completely free to walk around and going up to that huge room at the top of the Kremlin with the gold pillars where they used to meet heads of state. And a guy coming up and saying hello, and I thought, oh God, I'm going to be in trouble here. I shouldn't be here. And he asked me for some rubles to show him around. It was the most corrupt time, and this would have been the time about Putin was a sort of a low-life KGB agent, and they were all grifters really at that point. You were able to go anywhere if you paid anybody money.
Yeah. You are probably best known for your brilliant performance as Joshamee Gibbs in the Pirates of the Caribbean film series. In one interview, you said that the unexpected factor of alcohol helped you to get the role. What other interesting stories happened to you and to other film participants during the filming of this movie?
Well, the funniest thing that happened to me during that film is one of the very first nights we shot. It was me, Johnny Depp and Orlando Bloom at about 3 o'clock in the morning at a harbor in Los Angeles. It was Long Beach. And we were on a tiny boat. There was wind blowing. They were dumping water on us. We were supposed to be at sea. And after we'd rehearsed it, they said, well, everyone go away and get on your wetsuits underneath your costume, and we will shoot the scene with the wind and the water. And Johnny Depp, who I didn't really know very well at the time, said to me, he said, Kevin, don't put on the wetsuit. I said, why not? He said, because you're already quite a big chap and it puts on weight and you'll just look fat. So I said, thank you for the advice, Johnny. So I went back to my trailer and my dresser said, here's your wetsuit. And I said, I don't want a wetsuit because I don't want to look fat on camera. And about an hour later, I came back. It was about 4 o'clock in the morning by now. And I met Johnny just before the deck going onto the boat. And he said, did you put on the wetsuit? And I said, no, of course I didn't, thanks to your advice. And he pulled open his shirt, pointed to his wetsuit and said, sucker, and walked on. And he was fully protected by the wetsuit all night, and I was freezing cold and wet all night because he'd fooled me into making an idiot of myself.
Oh my God.
Bless him for that.
But it is actually a really interesting story, I think. I didn't hear it. But thank you for sharing.
Oh, well, I'm glad to give you a new one.
Thank you for sharing. You have a lot of experience working on television, and what roles are the brightest for you there?
What roles are what?
Are the brightest for you in your career?
Well, I am lucky enough not to be a star, but to be a constantly working character actor in rather big projects. So my answer always to that is my favorite role is my next one, whatever that may be. And I'm very lucky still in my advanced years to have that because the roles keep coming in and I enjoy them and they're in very good projects with wonderful people. And so I'm very lucky to have that. I don't sort of look back in the past and go, oh God, I wish I was there again. I'm going, I can't wait for tomorrow and what it may bring.
Maybe you have special wishes about who would you like to play in the next movie?
Well, I do actually, because I've been knocking off a number of wishes that I have. I've made a horror film last year for Paramount, which I'm really looking forward to. I managed 2 years ago to make a Western. I played a sheriff in a Western in Montana. I have done science fiction on television, but I really would like to be in a science fiction film. It's my favorite genre. I have written a science fiction novel, which you can buy on Amazon. It's called Sons of Soul by Kevin McNally.
Okay.
And it's a very good and funny and scientific read. Thank you for that plug. So the next thing I would like to do would be into it. You know, I don't care even if it's in Star Wars and I'm covered in latex and I have to go, I don't mind even if it's one of those characters, as long as I can be in either a Star Trek or a Star Wars spin-off movie.
Cool. Right now I will sing you a Ukrainian song for you to acquaint you with our Ukrainian music, if you don't mind.
Well, this is what I've been looking forward to all night.
Oh, okay. So the song is called Ludy korabli, which translates people are like ships. Ships who are also like in the sea. So yeah, I will start. На глибині зустрічаються всі, так ніби в морі місця нема. І труться бортами, аж стогне земля, від зависті, підлості й зла. Хтось не доплив, бо йому помогли набрати повні трюми води. Ай! Постати героями тої війни дуже хотіли вони, а до берега тихо хвилі несуть поранені душі живих кораблів, а від берега знову в море йдуть ті, хто вірує правду знати хотів, а до берега тихо хвилі несуть поранені душі живих кораблів, а від берега знову в море йдуть ті, хто вірує правду знати хотів.
Thank you for that.
Thank you very much. And I thank you for this conversation. It was really interesting to talk with you, and I hope that after the war we can meet in Kyiv, for example, or that someday we can meet in London. I would be really happy. So yeah,
that would be delightful. Very nice to meet you, Maria.
Thank you, and very nice to meet you too. Not only from the film screen, but also like here talking with you. It is a great honor for me, and thank you very much again for this interview.
Thank you, and good luck to Ukraine. Victory to Ukraine.
Thank you very much. And I wish you a good evening, yeah, and good luck with your career, and we are looking forward to a new movies with you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Bye-bye.